I'm actually gonna start recording and... Yo, hang on.
I've
No,
actually
in general,
never played, so
I've
I can't
been-
relate.
Like, I go on public lobbies for fun because, like, I just don't have a group of 10 friends who consistently would want to, like, rip this game with me as much as I want to, so I'll just go on pubs and pub stomp, but you can't pub stomp if they're, like, people aren't playing the game properly, which I don't think anyone does.
Oh yeah, no.
Especially in public lobby.
Oh, 100%.
No, people don't play it properly.
Like, they'll vote off of, like, 2 words. Like, and some people will just, like, auto-fire vote, and then it's like, well, I didn't even get to say anything. And now potentially the round's already, like, enough people have already voted.
Oh yeah, no, it's because it's children. It's like 80% just children playing the game, and fair enough, yeah, it's a game made for kids, but like... It's like trying to play Call of Duty back in like Modern Warfare 2, or even now, it's just all kids.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty good kids at Modern Warfare.
Oh yeah, no, they kick ass, but they're just obnoxious.
My brother's 14 and plays it, and I want to smash his head into the wall.
14, I was not allowed to touch shooting games, man.
Yeah.
I wish. That's why I don't play
The rule in
COD.
our house is if we got it at our dad's house, we could have it at mom's house.
Oh shit.
So dad doesn't say no. Basically, we just get everything at mom's house.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't even allowed to touch GTA till I turned like I turned 16, got my PC, and at that point it was just all bets were off. My mom goes, "What are you playing, GTA?" And I just saw disappointment in her eyes. I'm like, "Look, I'm like a grown ass adult. Like,
But
there's nothing even that much in GTA anyway."
Parents hate GTA because of like all the graphic stuff you can do and you have access to do, but it can get so absurd that like nothing would ever make you want to, throw someone out of their car at a random highway and just start driving on the other side of the road and playing like near miss, right?
Well, no, I do
one's
that in
gonna
game because it's fun as fuck. But...
Yeah, but no one's gonna ever like. You have to be on some type of bath salt to do that in real
Oh
life.
yeah, 100%.
On the highway.
I only threatened to do it. My buddy says some fucked up shit. You want to see what the opposite side of the road? It was what? Do you want to see what oncoming traffic looks like? And then it evolved. Do you want to see what the trauma room looks like?
Yeah, no, I watched someone drive the wrong way on the highway, and it was terrifying.
That's insane.
Nice.
My dad once, we were driving up to the radio station actually, and he literally just turned onto the wrong side of the road, and there was a median in the middle, and so he like couldn't get back over. And I was like, we're gonna die.
Oh, I got lost downtown London, and I went the wrong way down a one-way. I got to a stoplight with no one there, realized,
Oh my God,
and
one
like,
way.
yeah, like 3 people just let me just go, and I just like turned and like sped away so the cops didn't, like if there's any cops, I didn't see it. 'Cause I was so confused.
Legit fell asleep at the wheel.
Oh, my mom had a problem with that too, falling asleep.
I'm right beside him, and the light turns green. A car's coming at us from behind fast. I'm like, Dad, why aren't you going? And I look at him, and he's just out. I have to put my foot on the gas to start the car. I'm like, Dad, fucking move!
I'm pretty sure I've already said this story, but I went to the my buddies told me this. They went to the drive-in in fucking Woodstock, and they said there was one dude there, he was wasted, and he was there with his kids, and he'd gotten wasted while he's there, and he's like, "So one of you kids are driving home, right?" And they're like, "No, we're 8, we don't know how to drive." And he just goes, "Fucking pussies," and just puts the car in gear. And they said they drove past and saw him pulled over on the side of the road, like 2 feet away from the fucking entrance of the drive-in. Welcome to Woodstock.
Parents should need a license to have kids.
Oh, 100%.
Like, they like that shouldn't be
You can take a
allowed.
test.
Discuss.
Like there's no way you can have a kid and then have like the mental capacity to be like, yeah, you're driving, buddy.
In
Get on the
10th
wheel.
grade, I think,
You
I was
can't
like
reach
14.
for gas, but you can drive.
In 10th grade, I was like 14, and my dad let me drive home. I had 4 of my friends in the back, while my brother and him.
Oh my
On the other
god.
side of town.
Questionable.
To be fair, parents have
Question.
licenses to have kids. How many of us would be alive right now?
For legal reasons, everything said on this podcast is a joke.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be alive right now if my parents needed a license. Yeah.
See,
That
I
is,
think,
that is
Oh,
true.
100%.
I
Maybe.
think my mother could easily get that sort of license, but my dad couldn't.
Yeah,
Exactly.
see, that's the
My
same.
mom
I would
my
think,
dad's
yeah.
a great guy, but with his track record, there's one or two things where it's like, seriously?
Right. With the licenses, would it be like if one qualifies, both of them do, or should they both qualify?
I feel like they should both have to because
I
a
think
shitty
if you're
one
gonna
shitty
do it,
parent.
yeah, you
Yeah.
have to do
Yeah.
both.
Usually it's one shitty parent, not both shitty parents.
Unless your
Yeah.
name's Ryan LG.
Oh,
That's a lie. My mom's pretty cool usually. My dad's just like, you spilled a drop of milk on the table.
oh my god, my dad used to do that too.
My parents are relatively chill.
That's
Always
good.
nice.
Everyone's like, can't relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most people consider they clash with their parents.
And
Some-
daily?
Or,
Daily.
yeah, daily.
Daily.
I mean, I don't see them because
I literally
Cool.
couldn't talk to my mom.
Lucky
until I was-
bastard.
I still live with mine.
Mm. On Halloween, I'm going to have brunch with my mom, and I'm pretty excited about
Oh
that.
god. Brunch time.
Honestly, my mom's an angel. Like, I love her to pieces, so I'm
Kate,
excited
you
about
sound
brunch.
very crisp.
I sound very crisp. Oh my god, thank you.
Yeah, the blue
Are
snowballs
you-
are good.
The mic.
Pardon? Yeah, it's my microphone. It's very crisp.
Yeah, it's a kick-ass mic. Mine's upstairs.
Should we
with
get some ASMR?
Pardon?
ASMR?
You want some ASMR?
Someone's-
I don't know what kind of ASMR you want. Oh my god. That brought me some flashbacks.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Nom time.
Yeah, basically.
I don't know if y'all like bones cracking, but I can probably crack some bones.
I probably get to go, Kate.
Oh my god, okay.
Mine's better.
Did you hear my bones?
Oh yeah.
Ah, ew.
yeah.
Rattle me bones!
I hate that sound.
Oh, I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
No, it's okay. It's just
Mine
it'll
is a
always
lot
give me
more.
like whenever I think of bones breaking, I just think of like those gruesome injuries that athletes get, and then you associate the
Oh my
snapping
God.
sound, and it becomes one entire like thought of like ugh.
Those are pretty
Entire-
cool.
One
That
cringe
is
thought.
so much more intense than what I ever would have thought.
Why else would anyone watch sports other than
Uh,
that? I'm
like,
gonna
when
be
I think
honest.
of-
Just for the gruesome injuries, not for any of the athletic
Right, like
I
appeal.
mean, that's why I watch
Whenever-
sport. I watch hockey for the fights.
when
I wouldn't
honestly,
blame
yeah,
you. I wouldn't blame you.
Whenever I
Hockey
hear
is-
bones crack, I just think of the chiropractor and how I need one.
Mm.
Like, oh my god.
And
Like the
some,
bones of
bulls
Vietnamese
ASMR.
civilians.
Crunch.
I agree. Yeah,
Oh, whoops,
yeah.
I'm not muted. Sorry.
Nice
I'm
one,
talking to
Ben.
myself, I'm not
Nice
talking
one,
to you.
Benethan.
No, I swear to God, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to myself.
Ben, what's wrong?
Oh, I don't want to have this conversation right now.
Ben, are you impotent?
I don't want to talk about this right now.
Ben is impotent, isn't he? That's the conversation. His dick don't work.
My dick it works fine, asshole. And you know it does.
It's okay. My sex drive doesn't work.
God, I don't want to have the conversation about why I talk mean to myself.
Schizophrenia go burr.
Stop it.
Oh shit. If that was actually legit, I'm sorry. That was supposed to be the comedies.
Don't think I'm weird, please.
Everything's a joke. Especially my life.
Oof.
Oh, I died.
What? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm in Among Us.
Uh,
Yeah, I had some visible confusion for a moment.
Yeah.
No
Like,
context. Oh, I
I
died.
died. Like inside?
Oh, shit!
Like, in a game?
Me too.
So?
well, yeah.
Wait, you reported me dead.
Hey,
Why
yo,
this person
wait.
ghost chat and I'm dead?
So, honest thing, should we legalize cocaine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I'm not a user, but
Son? Oh, you know?
I mean, if someone's like supervising you just in case, then yeah, I'm cool with that.
I mean, I'm split on this.
Glitch in this.
Say your pace, Mr. Mando.
You know, there's a song. I think some of you might know how the song goes. It goes, cocaine ruin your brain. Please don't do cocaine. And so that's like 50% of the argument here is that's really swaying me towards, you know, keeping cocaine where it is. But you know, the other part is, you know, it's looks like fun. So
As
there's
someone-
50-50, I don't know.
As someone who has message redacted, it's not that serious. It legit ain't that serious. It ain't that serious. I feel like it should be.
She's redacted.
Oh my god.
Basically, I do cocaine!
That's okay. We won't judge you.
Thank
We
you.
all have our little. Those are-
Alex
but, like,
isn't
hey,
here to back me up on this
for
fact.
For real. Like, I actually have a question about cocaine because
Yeah. I can probably
Is it-
answer it.
as a regular weed user who has never done cocaine but has friends who have, why is it so expensive? Like, I don't-
Shit. It's because it's like shipped in from fucking like I think it's expensive to make. It's also illegal, so it's way harder to ship in, and then it's also from like Colombia and like South America and shit, so it's like even harder.
yeah, like,
It's just
then
distance
expensive.
plus like
It's expensive and like it only lasts like 15 minutes. Maybe
20 to an hour.
20.
Yeah.
I've never heard the hour. I've only heard like 20 minutes, and then I'm thinking like, well, for your money, that doesn't sound like you're getting your bang for your buck.
Well, here's the
for your
thing,
high.
right? It's if you're not like hooked on it all the time, it's basically just like it lifts your mood.
Yeah.
And the whole
Like-
I think a lot of people's theory behind it is, yeah, you do that, then you just like get drunk and stuff, and by the time it wears off, you're already drunk, right? And that's just like $5 down the drain or whatever for a line. But like, if you're like really hooked on it and shit, like I've seen people get really fucking hooked on it, then it's just like, then you're fucked, right? Because then it just starts lasting less and less time, and you're spending more and more money on it, and eventually you're fucking broke.
Well, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
usually happens with
Yeah. And if you
booze,
can't
but-
afford your apartment, you have to live on the street, and then you can't afford your coke. either.
Yeah, it's like that fucking Dayglow song where it's like fucking you go gay for cocaine or whatever.
Oh my- I can't say I've heard it.
That's the funny thing about yeah.
Again, the only song I've heard about cocaine is "Cocaine Ruin Your Brain."
Legitimately, everyone I know who did cocaine up until I tried it was literally just like, yeah, it's great, don't do it. And
It's great,
it's nothing
don't do
special.
it.
It's legitimately nothing
Brian,
special.
That's
What?
legit
Yeah,
what
that's
you
what I
told
was
me.
told.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was
It
always
is.
told.
It is. It is. It's like, but at the same time, you can just like shotgun 3 energy drinks unless you're like railing it all night. It's pretty much the same thing.
Interesting. All right, next
Again,
drug.
everything on this
Who's an
podcast
expert
is-
about another drug?
All right, which one of you fuckers has done heroin?
I'm guessing no one. Anyone into psychedelics in this chat?
I've never done them, but I'd actually straight up like I genuinely like to try them.
I
That's my
literally
father.
cannot, and I'm kind of upset about it.
You could ask my dad. I'm sure he'd have stuff to say.
One of my friends is like in love with shrooms. Like
Yeah, a lot of my
he
friends do
thinks it's
shrooms.
The greatest thing ever, and I have like a thing in my family, like a kind of psychosis, like gene. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a science person, but
Oh.
where like someone in my family did, I think it was LSD, and then got schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yep, me too.
So like, from a young age, I was warned do not do, like shrooms, LSD, and stuff. But like, now that I've smoked weed and weed's done nothing to me, I really want to get into the shroom, like try the shrooms, but I don't want to have friends beside me that no one else can see, you know?
Shrooms don't do that, from what I've
Imaginary
heard.
friend Jimmy.
Unless you're on like an ass load of LSD, from what I've heard, it's not like they make it seem in the movies.
It's like,
Yeah.
I
You
feel
need
like
a
I could-
fuck
I feel
ton
like
of
I could
LSD
take
to get to that
a small
level.
amount of shrooms and be fully okay, because I've been
Yeah.
smoking all this weed, and weed has like the tiniest percent of also the fuck, what's it called?
Active thing in
Yeah, it's like there's a word for it. I forget though.
happy feeling chemical number 523.
The chemical that makes you see the waves and the colors and shit. Like that chemical.
I don't fucking know what it's called. Bleach. Is that the chemical that's in fucking Tide Pods or some shit?
That's the quick way. That's the quick way to any euphoria. Bleach.
Yeah, well, because then you're dead, and it's just like all good.
It's straight death. Nothing else.
Yeah, you taking your fucking your winky ass fucking Xanax. I'm just gonna eat a fucking 45 and see what happens. Just feed myself a fucking 12 gauge.
Drinking bleach jokes was like the peak of high school. I don't know about
Oh
you guys,
yeah,
but
100%.
that was probably my favorite part of high school. When every kid was just telling each other to drink fucking bleach. I don't know if this happened at your
Yeah.
high school, but this happened at mine.
Oh, it did.
I think
biggest
it
reason
did for a
for
short
much-
period.
At our school.
It's because your school was fucking pussy wussy, winky dinky.
I mean, someone got stabbed in our kitchen, so
I mean, yeah. But we had, you know what we had? We had fucking 4 gun threats in 1 month. We had a school-wide game of Kahoot. I set my name as 5th gun threat. They put over the announcement. They deleted it and put over the announcement. Please have appropriate usernames. Then cancel the fucking game because of it.
Yeah.
It was so good. But yeah,
I
fuck.
was banned. Why?
Because you're bad at the game.
The game didn't even start. Oh, it might have been because I changed my name.
We should get an Among Us game of the group chat.
Maybe, I bet.
Still have to get it.
But yeah, like, what? Weed's been legal for, like, how long now?
I think like a few years.
Yeah.
Almost a few years,
3
depending on
years.
where.
Yeah, so it's like a fair thing to figure out now. Like, was it actually a good idea to fucking legalize it, or was it just like a fucking, like, not a good call?
Well, for
Honestly,
the
I think it's fine because now people aren't like breaking the law to get it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's been less, like, obviously less possession charges because of
Yeah.
this. In order to get a
Plus,
possession
this
charge,
is
you
gonna-
need to have a shit ton of weed and also, like, in a place where you shouldn't, like your car or something.
Right, yeah.
It's gonna take time to see the results of this too. Like it wasn't legalized too long ago.
Yeah,
True,
exactly.
but like you can definitely reflect on it now and be like,
Oh,
as of
yeah.
where we are now, right? Because
You can reflect on some areas, like immediate crime, stuff like that.
yeah, well, my whole thing with it is one part of it, I don't really think it should have been illegal to begin with because it was just basically filling up prisons for no reason, like prison industrial complex or whatever. But at the same time, like, and I'm not saying it's the same with everybody, but there's a few people who I know who should now be fucking doing it because they're like, what, 16 and daily smokers now just because it's so much easier to actually get it. And it's just fucking like borderline completely ruined their lives. Like they have no money, they have nothing because they just spent it all on weed. And they're like, I'm not addicted, man.
Yeah, when you're as an avid weed smoker, you have to be careful. You have to like know how much money you have because money goes into anything like this. You have to spend money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically like like someone with an addictive personality needs to be careful
Oh yeah.
always of any of this shit, but especially weed because it's now more accessible. It's
Yeah.
also, like some of these kids, I guess, like, are they smoking because they're super bored because of quarantine, or are they just like smoking? You know, oh, school's about to start.
Well, no, they started
okay.
because of quarantine, right? Because they were like occasional, and it's like, yeah, fair enough. And then all of a sudden over quarantine they did it a bunch, and it's like, oh, okay. And then I just kind of like watched them like completely fuck up their lives. And it's like,
Yeah, that's
oh,
more what I've
great.
seen. A lot of people are smoking more weed now because we've been cooped up inside.
Yeah, but the thing is,
So
now that
long.
shit's like back to normal, if you're smoking on like I don't mean to say that because I know there's people who can handle it, but like if you can't handle it and you're getting like fucked up like every day basically, even if you like have like in class school and shit, you're kind of fucking yourself over. And I feel like that's like the
Absolutely.
downside to it, right?
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's weed. I've always said this, people, weed has a different effect on everybody. Every single person will take it just a little bit differently. Like,
Yeah.
some people will hate
I
it
get
first
anxiety
try.
attacks.
Some people, yeah, exactly. Some people will get anxiety. Some people will instantly throw up once they like smell the inside of a bong. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Some people will hate it the first few times, wait like 2 years, and then like it. It's very weird. But yeah, it's all dependent on the person. Like for me, I would say I'm like probably one of the most functioning stoners I know because I played hockey on it. That was the first thing I ever did. That was kind of like excessive. Didn't go to school high or anything like that. Like, but hockey, because we were in our last year and we'd won the year before, we were just kind of like, screw it, let's get high for every game. And we did. It was a lot of fun. And my best year, I think,
Right.
statistically. And I'm sure the weed had no effect on it. I'm sure it was the fact that like, I don't know, I like grew 10 pounds, 2 inches. I don't know. It was just a lot of different things. But I was like, oh, this was nice. I can smoke weed and do things. So just moved on like that. But I've seen people that are like, they'll smoke weed and they'll just like melt into their seat.
Yeah. And that's kind of the issue with it.
I have seen people get so fucking pissed after smoking weed. It's scary.
Like, they
I've
get really
never seen
angry.
that. I've seen that
I've
with
never
coke.
seen that.
I've never seen that with weed.
I've seen that with alcohol. That's why I don't like alcohol. I think alcohol brings out like the rage in people if they do it like if they get too drunk, it'll bring out either the rage or like just utter embarrassment.
To a
Like, yeah.
point. Here's the thing, right? Like it's kind of like with weed though, because I've seen people get like fucked on both, like in different ways. But it's like if you know how to
Yeah.
handle it up until you're puking, you're fine. Because like with me, right? It's like if I get drunk, it's just like, oh, I get really hyper, then I just get like really like affectionate, then I just kind of like get like half sad and go fucking like listen to Opeth for 20 minutes, and I come back, cycle repeats till A, I'm sober, B, I go to sleep, or C, I puke. And C doesn't happen very often, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I've seen the same thing where people like can handle their fucking weed, but at the same time, again, fucking, I've seen people not be able to handle either, right? Like get fucked
Yeah.
over, or
I think Ryan, I think we're similar in terms of like you can really handle your alcohol, but you really see when people like can't and like
yeah,
it's like and yeah, I'm the same with weed. Like I can handle it super well, but also like I see how people will just misuse it.
yeah.
Just get like green out, just be irresponsible and then green out and ruin other people's nights because they're
Yeah, which is
Gang,
which is
everywhere,
why
yeah.
I don't smoke that much, because I know if I have even just like slightly too much, I green right the fuck out, and I don't know my limits. Whereas with like alcohol, it's like, oh, I'm good. But then all my other buddies will be like, oh yeah, time to like smoke a fuck ton and then green out when now I have to babysit them and I'm sober
I
in the
don't
front
like that when
seat.
people are like, I want to green out or I want to get blackout and puke. I'm like, why? Don't you want to just enjoy yourself?
Yeah, well, the thing is, I get it with like booze to a bit. Like if you get like really really drunk but you're not like puking, the moment where it's like
If
I
you
want to
wanna
puke
puke to
tonight,
feel
it's
better.
fucking stupid. But yeah, there's a point where you hit where it's like, yeah, because I'm so fucked, like I accidentally did something or I had something that was like fucked. Yeah, fair enough. If you're sober, it's like, oh my god, tonight I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get fucking like blackout drunk and puke my guts out. Unless you're like joking, like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. I had some guys in my residence last year in Saugeen who would just be like, yeah, I'm gonna green out tonight, and I'm like, the fuck? Why?
Okay, that's the thing.
My friends
You
did
don't want to do
that.
that to yourself.
I get the blacking out, vomiting. That's like, dude, I drank so much. I don't get wanting to green out on weed. I've greened out. I've never blacked out, but I've drank so much that I like fucking like puked hard. I can say that the drinking was a way better experience than the greening out.
I agree with that. I've never had like an overboard experience with drinking because I've just been like really
Yeah.
careful. And the only time I've had a really overboard experience with weed was one edible that I underestimated.
Yeah.
Jameson.
Yeah.
Everyone underestimates their edibles until.
Yeah, because my experience with drinking, I think half of it was because I had to leave that day because I got off work, and it was like when I was working 10 hours a day. It was like Canada Day, so I'm like, yeah, we're gonna drink tonight. I had to leave, forgot about it, and promptly went, drank as much as I usually do. Also, after having been up since like 5:30 a.m. that day, and I think my body just gave the fuck up. Plus, the leave didn't help. But then with weed, it was like I was completely fine, just had a little bit too much, and all of a sudden now I'm like projectile vomiting across my dorm room, you know?
Yeah. I think with like also if you're smoking, it can also kind of like enhance like
Yeah,
make you
it's
throw up more
definitely
because
yeah.
you're just using your gag reflexes, and like if you choke on a bee, I don't know if that anyone knows what that means. Like if you're or even on a joint, like if you inhale the smoke and then you cough or you like swallow weird, that is a one-way trip, especially if that's never happened to you before. To
Oh,
throwing up.
100%.
You just lose your coughing to the point where you can't control it, and yeah, it's just gag
Yeah,
reflex.
I
Go
nearly
boom.
lost my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, edibles I've definitely had a way better time with.
Edibles are easier. I would say edibles is like the first time you smoke, you should smoke a joint because out of any smoking, it's the easiest. It's the least harsh, and it's in the smallest quantity. And then after that, especially if you don't like smoking, you can go comfortably to
Yeah.
edibles.
I don't know. At the same
But
time,
you
though,
should
I've
never
sorry.
do edibles your first time.
I
That's
set
one thing
off
I'll
my
say.
asthma.
Never do
when I
that.
smoked.
If you do edibles the first time, you're in for a interesting ride. Two things will happen. You'll feel absolutely nothing, or you will get fucked up beyond what you can control. Only two. No in between.
True. Personally, though, for me, I find pipes are better. It's like because it's easier. It's easier to control for me
I
than
just don't
like a J.
the Scooby snacks, man. You get the weed in your mouth.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've only ever used like a pipe once. I find bongs just like a one-way ticket to me for greening out.
But bongs are definitely for the you gotta smoke.
Yeah,
A
you
few
gotta know what
times,
you're
gotta
doing.
use a bong.
But I don't know. It's a whole thing. It's just like, eh. I think people take it like way too seriously sometimes too. Especially when people came out and were like, "Yeah, no, it's not addictive." Oh, well, it's fine then. I can just do as much as I want. And it's like a
That's
reliance.
everything can be addictive. You see people have addictions to the weirdest things.
Yeah.
Like, it,
An addiction to
I
iced
don't know.
tea.
Yeah.
People. Well, also that's like I don't know, but anyways, like anything can really be addictive as just like something that keeps you coming back. So, yeah. Mhm. You can't
Yeah.
blame it on the substance. You gotta blame it on the person.
I mean, I literally was drinking,
that's like
like-
insanely controversial because there's so many things that could say like, well, no, this has all these addictive properties, which it probably does. And
Yeah, there are some
maybe-
things,
then
but it
maybe
also
don't do
depends
it.
on your genetics and your personality and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Too many-
purposely won't drink alcohol because I know that alcoholism runs in my family, and I don't to be
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I know generally I don't have an addictive personality, but I'm not sure on that front, so I don't do it.
Yeah, I know it runs in my family, but from the same point, like I know I can control myself over it. Because I feel like even if it does run in your family, in the end it is like a person by person basis.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
people that still drink even though it runs in their family, but like they're not overboard. Then there are some people where it does run in their family and they are the same as the
Yeah.
parent.
Well, I think it's
like,
more
I
nurture
told my
versus
dad I
nature.
don't want to be like that. So.
Yeah.
That's kind of the good way of taking it, and then like the bad way would be like, oh, I see my dad causing me like this like pain because he's drunk. I'm gonna drink now, or because he's smoking. I'm gonna smoke now.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I feel like it's more nurture versus nature than like how you grow up with it. Because if you grow up being like, yeah, no, they shouldn't be drinking that much, then you're not gonna, right? But if you grow up and it's like, oh yeah, how much they drink is fine, then you're gonna become like that, and
Yeah.
There's definitely a little bit if you like have it, but that's like such a small fraction where it's like it's just it's slightly more likely because it runs in my family. It's a
Yeah.
lot more. What did I grow up seeing my parents do, right?
Exactly, yeah. I haven't heard from, oh wait, never mind, they left.
Whomstuff. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Macy and Jet.
left.
Yeah, no, she had a dip for something. I messaged her. They said they were eating because they didn't want to fuck with the audio or something. I then proceeded to realize I had music on in the background, but the audio's fine. I had it all balanced out. And then, yeah, she said she'll be back around 5:30, but we'll probably be done around then, but we'll probably still be on here. Or
Yeah,
some of us.
Waiting for my break test at that point.
Yeah.
Touches tonight.
I don't know, basic break is it's piss easy.
I know.
I'm worried about Abe's test, but we have a month, so.
I'm worried about Abe's test because I was doing so well with my info, and then I see Abe and I bomb. Just 'cause
Oh
I see
yeah, oh yeah,
Abe,
he
Abe
psychs you
just-
out.
Abe just like, yeah, Abe psyched me out more than I've ever been psyched out before for something, and I was shocked. But also, like, next time it will be nowhere near as bad.
Yeah.
Because I woke up late, and starting info on Monday, I would have 5, potentially now 6 tests within that week, which has now been reduced because, you know,
Oh, yeah.
no human can handle that bullshit. So, but yeah, it was just like looking at all that. I'm like, what, huh? But I pass, so huge.
I didn't have that hard of a time for Abe's, surprisingly.
I thought I was gonna walk in there cool as hell and just do it and get out because like I went in so many times and was doing it like cleanly to the point where at that point I was practicing for these
Yeah.
instead. And then I get there and just yeah.
As someone who's even like who wrote that test before, even though I didn't prepare the first time, the second time, it still psyched me out. Like I did fine. I got an 80, but I was sitting there at the end like, what did I fuck up? What did I fuck up? And so when we got an 80, I'm like, oh thank God, because I thought I completely fucking choked. But the thing is, last year I found it better this year because last year he'd sit at the table right behind you. It wasn't back of the classroom. It was he used like the table behind you.
Oh.
So that
He's,
was like
breathing down your neck.
borderline. Yeah, it was 10. I think he
Jesus.
did it because he got a fucking kick out of it, 100%.
Probably.
Yeah, because Lee'd sit around the middle of the room, right? Because it just made it easier.
Lee-
Even
Lee-
if
Lee's
Lee was
too
trying to psych you out, she fucking couldn't. She's just too goddamn nice.
He's too nice.
But fuck.
You know, I'm excited to do my break and meter. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
Especially because 2 tries. Oh, thank God for 2 tries. Because like, I found like every time I got to the board, like first time each like time I would go for practice, it's like looking at something foreign, and then I kind of sit down and be like, maybe do one quick run, get a bunch of things wrong, and be like, oh okay, like this is what I like.
Yeah, you need like a
And
warm
then,
up.
so then for my the only thing I haven't wrote yet is the history test, and I don't know what he's doing about that. and I'm kinda scared.
He's not gonna
he-
let you not like you're gonna
I
have
don't-
to write it, but
I think that he's gonna have to modify it because there's really not much he can change on the test because technically he can't give me the same test for obvious reasons.
yeah.
So he might make me do an essay kind of test, which is better because I'm like, I don't know, I did a year of university. I can write
Yeah.
an essay if I need to. But at the same time, I don't know. I haven't looked at the shit. I need to focus on marketing, which I haven't even like.
I'm
paid
not
much
too.
attention to.
Well, the thing is, he didn't teach us much, and it's not his fault. Like that's not on him.
Yeah.
And I guess he has to throw out that test, right? But I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a quiz, and because he's going over it for like like if he wasn't doing that review,
Is it only a quiz? Not is it like what is he?
he used the word quiz.
So it's
not
Is it
me.
not? Is it not gonna be like hard proctor? Like I'm gonna have to sit in like a different room in my apartment kind of thing. Like I'll just.
I
like,
actually
sit there
don't
and
know.
do
I don't
something?
know.
Like Zoom camera, because that's the only problem. I can't do my I have to move if I want like to do the proctoring exam this morning. I had to move to like the office room because there's just like too much shit on my desk. Like
Yeah, I don't think
They're-
it's gonna
they're
be
just
like
gonna
that. I'm
distract me.
assuming it's either gonna be a Zoom proctor or
it's gonna be
not
Zoom
proctored.
proctor.
It might even be not proctored because his fucking internet, right?
Yeah.
And he uses
that's true.
Bongo. So I'm assuming it's either gonna be just a random
So
quiz,
it'll be
or
okay. and
he's gonna attempt to proctor it over Bongo. It's gonna go to shit, and then
We'll probably just do the test.
yeah, if it's it might be on lockdown. I don't know. My thing is I'm gonna treat it like open book unless it's on lockdown. If it's on lockdown,
Yeah,
then it's like,
yeah.
yeah, no, fuck that. But if it's not, then it's like, well, it might as well be open book at this point, right?
If it's lockdown, I need to find notes because I will have like 0 time to scour through the textbook again.
Yeah, well, because he's doing that review before, I think we're fine.
Yeah.
If he's only giving us like an hour for it, it's not going to be that major.
Really? Only got the textbook like 3 days ago.
Yeah, I haven't even touched it. I have it. I haven't used it because I have no idea what the fuck is going on with those.
I've
Questions,
done,
I
like,
just
2
don't
of those-
understand.
I've done like 2 of those assignments.
Yeah, they're just like textbook questions, basically, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so I'll probably just put a couple fucking days aside and just knock a couple, because there's only like 5 of them so far, and it's like 25 questions in total that we have to do. So
Yeah, I would have done it like now would have been the perfect time to do it if I didn't like have to reschedule. Yeah, this reschedule thing kind of like it didn't screw me over because like obviously I'm not failing out, but it's put a lot more like
stress.
you know like when everything gets stacked up together, it's just feels like one big thing.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. It happened to me last year, and that was like part of the reason why I left. It's like I that's why I was scared when COVID hit. 'Cause I was like, I have the worst immune system. I get like strep throat once a year at least, and I'm like
Oh my God.
18
As
at
soon as
this
school
point.
starts, I get
Shit.
sick.
Yeah, same. So when I
Like,
got, and I
3 days
also
of
have
school
like,
and then I'm sick
oh
for
my
2
God.
weeks.
Yeah, no, I was terrified of COVID because I'm like, especially like if I just randomly get like some stomach issues or whatever, people are just gonna like suss me out, and I'm like, I don't have it. I promise.
That's
I'm
the
not
issue.
coughing."
That's the issue, though. They're not fucking paying attention to what COVID. It's a fucking respiratory disease. I'll have friends either A, vomiting, or B, having stomach issues, being like, I have COVID. It's like, you don't fucking have COVID. It's respiratory.
Yeah, I don't. Because they put like all these symptoms down, and so when I was going through the
They
screening,
put more symptoms
Yeah.
because kids get different symptoms than adults do.
Well, they keep
Yeah, that
moving the
was,
symptoms. They keep fucking it around. Like, at this
Well,
point,
they-
they don't
I
even know
think-
what's going
I
on.
still think now I still think now they don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, they're
Except
just...
for maybe those people that cured Trump. Apparently they know what's going on because they did it in like 5 days. Where are those doctors? Wow.
Yeah. I'm assuming they
It says
didn't. He
they
just
used-
pulled it to
they
look good.
used that- They used that drug.
Well, they used like
they
3
used
different
that drug
drugs
that
that
they
can
don't
be
use on
referred to.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, they were using that drug. Oh my
I
god, I
think
can't
they-
talk. That drug. They were using the drug that they haven't used on people yet, and like the hospitals weren't giving it to like just anybody, right?
Yeah,
But
obviously.
since that was
Well,
like the president of the United States, they were like,
I think he specifically
to put
requested
out
it to
the
prove a
gun.
point.
Yeah, exactly.
He
Yeah,
specifically
probably.
requested it to prove a point.
I still think
It
it's
worked.
a
hiding away
publicity
the good
stunt.
drugs
I
until
think
he
it's
got COVID,
publicity
so he
stunt.
could say that the Trump administration had all the good drugs.
Oh no, that's exactly what he did. Without a
Literally.
fucking doubt in my
I
mind.
think what he did was get fake COVID. I still think he got fake COVID.
Oh, there's definitely a chance, but he definitely was sick. Like, if you look at and still at the same time, right? Like, even after he comes out and says we discovered these drugs, they're the best drugs, the Trump drugs, fucking like it still looks like absolutely shit on him that he happened to get it. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
irreversible
You're still an
damage.
idiot.
Yeah, like nothing
Like, you're
else that he
still
can.
dumb.
Yeah, it's a net loss regardless of
Dumber
what
than he's
people
already
say.
been, received.
Which is why I don't
Oh,
think it was like a fake COVID thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think he
As a-
legitimately got it.
Oh yeah, probably. He's probably still trying to recover fully.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no way
I'm
he
honestly,
can
sur-
recover.
I'm cured. Bullshit.
I'm just
yeah,
built
I'm honestly
different.
surprised he's still alive.
Yeah, I was hoping.
My dad got COVID, and I'm surprised he's still alive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, do you guys know any people that have gotten COVID?
No.
Close to you?
Just
No.
my dad, and then he wanted my brother to go to his
Yeah.
house, and we're like, fuck that, take us back to court.
My grandma did a month
Oh,
before she
shit.
died.
Shit.
She didn't die of COVID, but she just died later because she was 97.
It wasn't complications from it or anything. She basically recovered and then just
Oh yeah.
kicked it. Shit,
Oh,
man.
okay, so
Yeah.
she powered
They were
through.
together.
Yeah, well, that's...
2 weeks, and then just, you know, it just happened.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man.
No, that's alright. Again, she was 97, but she was there, like, mentally until the end.
Yeah. Which is probably pretty good. Like, my grandmother, when she
None of
went,
us-
she was... Yeah.
When she got sick with COVID, no one knew until a week into it. She was quarantining and everything, and she was talking to my dad on the phone like, you know, I've been feeling kind of weird. So she got tested, and it's like, oh, I've been sick with COVID for a week.
Well, that's what I've heard, right? It's not that serious of a, thing.
My dad literally sounded like death when we talked to him on the phone.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll hit people like if you're like a heavy smoker or something, it'll hit you pretty hard. But for like 99% of people, it's slightly worse than a cold.
I have asthma, so I'd be
I also
concerned.
see
Yeah,
all these
that's the thing.
articles each week about like how different ways, like how like one week I saw like how nicotine can fight coronavirus. One week I saw how weed can fight coronavirus.
Alcohol. When
And
it came
then
out, they said
next-
alcohol. It was like,
Yeah, well, when they said alcohol, I think they disproved that pretty quickly. But like I saw an article like recently, I think, about nicotine. And I was like, what? That makes no sense.
yo,
I don't know.
it
I
just
think
it's half
COVID information is
pseudoscience.
ridiculous. Yeah, it's all it's half pseudoscience, and then no one has like concrete information, and
Yeah,
like even like experts aren't even lining up their information. Like that, like Fauci, that dude. No one's talked about him in like like a few months now.
it's because Trump got all pissed. I think Fauci was one of the few guys who was actually worth listening to, in my opinion.
He was worth listening to, except for when he said that we didn't need masks, which I think he retracted, but he did say it at one
Oh,
point.
yeah, well, he said that. I think he just said that because Trump kind of made him say that because there was so much back and forth between him and Trump. A lot of what he said that echoed what Trump said, I think, was probably forced because eventually Trump kicked him out because he just didn't like what he was saying.
Yeah. Well, that's how Trump thinks. He can solve everything. He thinks the US politics is a business. Oh, you're not doing what I want you to do, you're fired.
Yeah, which is the issue because it gets treated like that so much because half it's just, yeah, toe the fucking party line or your ass is fucking grass.
Oh, that's a good line, Toad.
Yeah, I stole it
Like
from
that.
Digolo.
I'll hit a beat of that.
But yeah, no, fuck, dude. It's just... I think American politics just reached critical mass. Like, if Trump gets reelected, it's fucked. Biden's not
Oh.
great, but compared to Trump, he's not bad. Like, I was genuinely surprised because he was spitting fucking straight facts during that last debate. And me and my buddies actually fucking watched it, and he, like, listening to him talk, it was like, okay, yeah, maybe, like, he's a little bit fucked, but at the same time, that's not Trump. I'd rather see that guy in charge of one of the most powerful fucking economies and militaries in the world than the other guy.
I see like Biden was a politician. Like he's a vice president. He knows
Yeah.
he knows his shit.
Well, the thing is, he was vice president under probably one of the best fucking presidents they've had, period. Like, Obama was genuinely good. He did fuck some things up, but he was good.
Obama was great in terms of like social, because everyone's now looking at like when people think of politics, they think of like how socially now the U.S. is like divided, like almost like to the brink of a civil war when it comes
Yeah.
to the left versus the right. When like years and years prior, it was much more about policy because the country was more put together. And when Obama left, I only know this because my dad and my brother are very into politics. I'm a bystander. I don't really care.
Right.
I'll smoke my bowl and let them burn their country down. Like, what is small me gonna do about it? Give them some common sense? Like, no, they're not gonna listen. They have money. I don't. They don't
Yeah.
listen to me. I listen to any of us. But yeah, it used to be about policy, and Obama, when he came out, didn't do that much, especially for like, I guess what. It was an argument that who made that? It was like, yeah, he came out and it was underwhelming because you heard him speak, and he was a great speaker, probably one of the best speakers I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So then you want him to then do so much, and then, it kind of came out underwhelming.
Right.
I was too young to pay attention.
Yeah. At the same time, though, I feel like at least part of a world leader's job is to like actually lead their country. And a lot of that is that like being able to speak, right? Because if you're like doing all right stuff with your like, if you don't like do anything majorly terrible with your policies, but it's like underwhelming, but you're able to like keep your country from not going into a civil war, then yeah, you're okay. And up until Trump got into office, keeping your country from not going into a civil war in a first world country seemed like a pretty easy job. And then it kind of came out, oh, it's actually not.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but I like, politics was ruined when it became mainstream, and it became mainstream in 2016 when, like, the election between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump was taking place. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but, like, when Romney and Obama were going up against each other for Obama's second term, like, do you guys remember, like, if you went on...
I couldn't tell you.
Probably a lot of us didn't have, like, phones at that point, or maybe we're just getting them.
I'm pretty sure I was literally, like...
Like, even on TV, like, it wasn't, like, not everybody was talking about, Romney versus Obama.
Yeah.
We're doing school.
There's all these... Like smear campaigns were not as much of a thing. Like these expose.
Well, that's because
they would just battle.
Yeah.
They would battle on policy, and they would battle on what they were gonna do for the American people when it came to like the economy and their taxes and blah 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 and whatever else they cared about. And then in 2016, even I noticed that they completely shifted, and then it became mainstream because once they shifted, everyone paid attention. And then it also had to do with Hillary potentially becoming the first
female president.
The first female president, and then the polarization of Trump, and it's funny as someone from the outside how that was able to like spring the end of like politics.
Well,
and,
I think
like end of politics because politics is now mainstream.
Yeah, it's because you had a character like Donald Trump, right? And he was polarized, but Hillary was polarizing too. Even as someone who doesn't like Trump, they were both in the pockets of Russia. Like,
yeah, no, I don't like either of them as much. Like, I don't like Hillary, I don't like Trump. Like, it's,
yeah, they were both just shit options.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you had Trump, who people knew who he was, right? Like, you think up until Obama was elected, no one knew who Barack Obama really was, right? I said, like, a select few. No one really knew who Mitt Romney was, other than, this is a guy running for president, right?
Yeah, like, other than maybe if, like, I forget if he was a senator or something before that, but I'm sure
yeah,
he
but
was.
still, no one really gives a shit about senators.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they'll pop up, one did a fucky wucky in the news every once in a while. Oh no. Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled bullshit. But yeah, what was it? Yeah, no, you just get like shit like that, and then all of a sudden, we have Donald Trump, who people actually know who he is, running for president against Hillary Clinton. We know who Bill Clinton is. We know Hillary Clinton was at fault during Benghazi, and there was like a bunch of shit there, so people knew who they both were. And on top of that, it was just Trump he made his own TV. Like, he wrote his own news stories, basically. Like, it was so easy to just report on shit. So easy to make, like, satire, but was already satire. Like, if you look at those recent campaign ads, I saw them posted. I legitimately thought they were a joke. And I had to go look it up, and it was real. Like, I was like, shitting myself laughing because those are actual real ads.
Recent ads? Or, like,
have you seen the thumbnails where it literally looks like fucking, like clickbait, where it is clickbait?
I did see that.
Yeah,
those look ridiculous. I thought that was a meme when I first
saw
it.
Legit. I went online and I had to like triple check that was Donald Trump's actual YouTube and not some like joke account, because it was just so absurd. And his YouTube channel is literally, sorry.
I can't even believe that the president of the United States has a YouTube channel.
Okay, no, that's fair in this day and age. In this day and age, that's good campaign.
Like, you gotta have everything.
Yeah, but it's just the way it's managed. Because a lot of it's just like 30-second clips of the campaign where it just clips Biden saying what he wants Biden to say, or where he looks like the 3 times that he actually said something intelligent during the entire debate. And I don't know. It's ridiculous. It becomes. He's literally posting them like a 3-year-old post COD kills on like a shitty like 5 subscriber YouTube channel. Like that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's just, oh my god, man, it's ridiculous.
Don't make fun of my YouTube channel, bro.
Don't make fun.
But yeah, no, I think the worst thing
Do the
is
best I can.
if Trump gets voted out, there's going to be a civil war. If Trump stays in, there's going to be a civil war. Like it's getting to a point where if this reaches any higher of a boiling point in the next like even like 5 days, because when's their election? November 1st?
Third, I think.
It's in like a week from today.
Yeah, it's within a week.
Third.
Like we
Yeah.
November
by by Christmas, the United States could be back on fire, like way worse.
Mhm.
I don't know if they will. That's yet to be seen. But like, if Trump gets voted out, there's no telling if he might straight up just refuse to leave office.
He might also just dip and just never be in the like. Trump is, I don't know, when I saw a bunch of clips on Reddit where Trump like has just kind of been hinting to like, if I lose, I'm gone. Never see me
Yeah,
again.
because he knows he's going to jail.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like he knows he's gonna go to jail if he loses and isn't the president anymore.
The only
Pretty
thing
much.
is, how long does Biden have before he gets shot? Because
Well,
all the
it's not-
wackos.
Well, how long does Biden have before like he just something like health complication? Kamala Harris president.
Yeah, which is that's the kind of thing, right? But that could be
But
said at
it
any point.
is-
The thing is, you have all those hardcore,
guys-
hard right Trump wackos. They all have guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long is it
You all have
until
guns.
that plus we don't like our president just kind of
The Proud
equals
Boys.
don't tread on me, keep your rifle by, and then just someone gets shot.
Wasn't there a kid who was arrested or something with a plan to execute Biden?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah,
So,
that was the
yeah.
dumbest thing. It was some like 2009 rage comic meme. Today I will kill Joe Biden. Arrested with a plan to kill Joe Biden. It was. That was something. That's 4chan. That's 4chan for you.
People
That's
that make
just-
those are stupid. If Sacha Baron Cohen could get access to what he got access to for his Borat movie, I'm sure if you wanted to execute a
Oh my god.
someone of higher power, you could pull it off. You don't need
Yeah.
to write a manifesto. Just do it. Don't write a manifesto. It's such a waste of time. You know what manifestos do? They ruin the mystery. I'm serious. Manifestos ruin the mystery. Like, where is the fun in figuring out? You know what? You know what's fun? You know what a lot of people love? Jack the Ripper. Why? Because no one knows who the hell that guy is. Why? Because he was an idiot and didn't write a manifesto.
At the same time, though, like on that note, how many people are like really like into fucking like Jim Jones or John Wayne Gacy, where you know almost everything about them, or like Manson, right?
You'll always find your basement dwellers somewhere. Go to Middle America. You'll find a lot of those.
True.
Those are the same far right guys.
Oh yeah,
The
100%.
Fascism
It's the
and basement dwelling are
yeah,
like
it's
two
the
peas in a
fascist
pod.
4chan fuckers on pole. It's just all a bunch of guys in their basements in like Wyoming or some shit. Just little black people, they Trump
Like,
don't win,
or
I'm
they
gonna
got-
move.
Man, the Middle America, it just is like the perfect hive for people like that. Think about it. Their property tax is low. So, and like their property, like how buying property there is low. So like you don't have to have a necessarily like prestigious job to
Yeah.
live there. And then they can just like live there, go to their job, and then spend half their other life like learning the internet. And once they do, just destroying it by going on 4chan, becoming a crazy Proud Boy,
neo-Nazi,
and
yeah.
then, neo-Nazi, and then just spreading like hate on every single site. That's just what that's like the
Yeah, it's
Middle
just
America formula.
Oh,
The U.S. is
boy.
funny.
Dude, the United
US is
States has
so
been going
funny.
downhill since fucking Bush got in office, man.
Stonks
my
are going
God.
down.
Oh yeah,
Stonks
Wall
is
Street's
good.
gone.
Wall
That
Street's
Dude, I
place.
gotta,
If they don't get their
I
shit
gotta
together,
tell
they're
you, though.
done.
I've watched Bush's speeches, and like how people made fun of him, like, God, he's an idiot. But when you watch him now, you're like, oh my God, what a genius compared to today's president.
Yeah. Oh my God. Have you ever heard Henry Rollins talk about Bush?
To have that moron in the
Yeah,
office
people
right now.
used to shit on Bush for like.
People
how,
still
like,
shit
he
on Bush.
Sounded like an
Oh
idiot.
yeah, I love Bush right now.
Yeah, but still, here's the thing. Some of the
Bush.
as someone who listens to like that era of punk rock a lot of like the best punk records came out during Bush just because he was such an easy target. And then you're seeing that again with Trump. Just a lot of, and now it's not so funny because you have all these like riots and stuff, but you're still having like it's just giving like that kind of music a lot of like material. And it was like Fat Mike. He was like, yeah, no, I love Bush as much as I hated Bush. Just give me a lot of material. And it was like, yeah. As long as like you guys have no idea who I'm talking about, but yeah, that's my
Well,
piece on Bush.
Bush, the only time I haven't even seen like any any videos of Bush. I've just seen Bush impersonations on Family Guy. That's
Oh
it.
yeah. Please
That's
don't make
all
me
you
come down.
know.
I'm scared. Well, he was
Those
harmless
quotes are
compared
some of
to.
the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
Oh yeah.
He just talks like Middle America.
Yeah, just like, yeah, that's a vowel. Yeah, you go there. That's a word.
That's a
The word. Ah!
That's a vowel.
Yeah, it's
That's the
basically just
compound
that.
sentence.
Yeah, that's Bush right there. That's Modern Warfare crashing right there. Oh boy. And that was just my internet dying.
Where wings take dream.
That sounds like he's taking you on like a saddle ride around his ranch. That doesn't sound like
Yeah,
a speech at all.
Literally. Teach a child to read and he or she will pass a literary test. Like, he just...
Very, very good information.
Wait. Was that the entire quote? Just teach a child to read and he or she will pass
Yo,
a
you know
literacy
who else
test.
said that to me? My grade 1 English teacher.
Oh my god. Freedom is not our gift to the world, it is God's gift to humanity.
Oh god.
Thank you.
Ah,
Bush.
preaching.
Yeah, thank you for bringing religion
Freedom.
into politics, my
Freedom.
favorite.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh my god. Okay, too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across the country.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
what?
Are you sure these aren't like just rip
Wait,
off
wait, wait.
4chan
Wait,
instead?
did he mean to say
I swear,
LGBT?
This is
Wait,
off Goodreads.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bush. Time to go back to the
Oh.
nursing home.
God. Oh my god.
You thought Biden was bad. Woohoo!
Please make me cackle.
I want Bush back in office just for some more quality TV.
he's, the man.
I have opinions of my own, strong opinions, but I don't always agree with them.
I have strong opinions of my own that I don't agree with.
Thank you
God.
very
You know how you
much.
can tell- You know how you can tell these stupid quotes are not Trump's? It's because he doesn't say, I'm the best. in
Yeah,
these quotes.
it doesn't
Oh
involve
my God.
tremendous, greatest,
I,
I'm the
yeah.
best.
He's
George
not, like,
Bush.
jerking himself off. He's literally
Yeah.
saying it.
Wait.
George Bush, calling out to the Italian Prime Minister, said, "Amigo."
What a god. Poschetti! Poschetti! 1 hour of Mussolini saying Poschetti. The best video on YouTube.
Oh my god. If you don't stand for anything, you don't stand for anything. George Bush.
What a god.
The color blue is blue.
Yeah, basically.
What? Some of these are downright insane.
Oh, cases are down. We're back down to 827.
That's good. Didn't we have like 1,000 yesterday?
A couple days ago we hit 1,000. It's been kind of just bumping up and down a little bit.
Are you still playing? Are you still playing Call of Duty?
Yeah, I'm still ripping Modern Warfare.
Nice. Have you been ripping Modern Warfare this entire time?
Yeah.
Nice. You like focus while you? Well, I guess because you're probably talking game chat a lot, so you're used to.
Yeah, I just usually play with my buddies. It's not because I'm just ripping TDM. Like if I was ripping a Warzone, it'd be different, but TDM, I can just go. What do we have for the recording? I don't know. I'm gonna kill it here. I think we.
So yeah, I know his house was not as played up as it was.
Yeah, like he didn't kill hundreds of people.
He only killed like. Was it
9.
under 10? Yeah, I think it was under 10.
But it's important to remember he was mostly a con man, but he definitely was a serial killer too. But he wasn't like the media played him up to be like this, like a literal demon who just killed
the
for
demon
the sake
demon
of
house.
killing.
Yeah.
He more so killed to make money from cons.
Yeah, the video that I watched that they do does kind of like they play it up as well. Like they go, like this is what the media described his house to be like with all these doors, but in reality it was just like one weird basement in the house just had it was just peculiar.
He did have secret rooms and doors.
Yeah.
But what he would do is he'd hide furniture and bikes, like stolen goods in there, and then sell them the next day. Like he would pull insurance scams, frauds, all this stuff to make money, and he operated it from that hotel.
But there's a bunch of other ones. The Jack the Ripper one is good because they still haven't saw the same with the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah, Zodiac Killer was
People still think
insane.
it's Ted. You think it's who do they think it is? Which Bush?
I think it was Ted Bundy. They thought it was.
No, it was a Bush. Wait.
No, what wasn't there
it
an inside
Jack?
joke that it was
That it was one of the Bushes, or like.
No, there was an inside joke. Who was it? Who was it? It was Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz.
It was Cruz.
Yeah, it was Ted Cruz because Ted Cruz slightly looked like the sketch. Like there was no way it was. That got debunked within like 24 hours, but it's still funny as hell.
It was funny. I think I saw it not recently, but like I saw like memes of that.
Yeah, I'll still see that pop up once in a while.
Way longer than it should have.
Yeah, but it's genuine. Like I hate to say it, but it's genuinely impressive how much the Zodiac Killer pulled off and got away with. Like,
yeah, see, that was cool because that's not a manifesto. That's like I don't know. You're taking law enforcement on a ride. Like law enforcement just got like they have your dick in their hands. Like they don't know what the fuck they're supposed to do with this.
Yeah, the most insane shit was he would
hard.
Yeah, he would make calls. Like he was the guy. He made one of the calls like directly off a payphone right by the crime scene. Said that they almost got him because they legitimately stopped them one night and then let him go because he convinced them that it wasn't him. He then proceeded to call the police station from a payphone a block over. Make fun of them for fucking up, and then got the hell out of Dodge before they got over there within like 5 minutes. Like it was ridiculous.
That was just crazy. What else is there? And there's also like you hear the ones about like those people, like doctors, the doctors that kill people.
Oh yeah, that happened in Woodstock actually.
Yeah, that's
we had a nurse.
That actually happened.
Yeah, there were nurses and doctors who would kill patients.
Yeah, there was a nurse who did that in Woodstock. Like I think they got like 9 people or something before they got found out. We had the second highest murder rate in Woodstock that year because of that.
Yeah, no, that I think is like so like that I don't get. I don't know, cause with a lot of serial killers, there's something that goes wrong that kind of puts them on this like psychological path of just like doing the worst thing you could probably do to a person. But doctors, you go through your life like medical school's hard. Like how are you like?
Socio and psychopaths make doctors and lawyers.
Yeah, they do.
I thought sociopaths make lawyers.
Hang on, you're talking about my mom there. So
yeah,
you're
my
right.
mom too.
Yeah, you're right.
My mom's a lawyer. My dad's a psychologist.
Like my mom is the best person ever. but she would totally kill a bastard if she had to.
Yeah, I could second that. Yeah.
Oh, I have sociopathic tendencies, and one of mine is that I can't actually tell when something, like, my brain doesn't tell me that things are wrong, what I'm doing is wrong. I have to actually go through the steps and be like, okay, if I do this, then this will happen, which means it's wrong. But my brain just doesn't automatically tell me that what I do is wrong.
Yep.
Wow.
That's a
Damn.
But that doesn't mean you're gonna jump out and murder us all, hopefully.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
90% of the time,
you
none of
have
that
to-
happens.
Just work and clean up.
You have to be pushed. I think you have to be pushed to a certain point.
Fucking- Did anyone even hear what Holly said, or was that just like completely washed over?
Wait.
What? No.
She just goes,
What?
no, too much working cleanup.
yeah, I heard that. And I heard that and my brain went, yeah, I agree. Too much
Yeah,
work.
Sam.
I also agree too much work and cleanup. Like how do you get away with that? Don't police just find out? Like, I don't get it. Why did they not find these people? That's every time I watch a video. I'm like,
killers
how?
than men anyway.
That's actually true. Women serial killers do not get caught as fast, and I think
So I have to
like,
say
one of
thank
them.
you to women for not being serial killers so much, because then
And
we'd
they
all
also-
be dead.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
Fuck.
Maybe they are, they
Like-
just haven't gotten found out.
Yeah,
We're
Well,
all too busy cleaning
there's-
up your guys' mess.
true. They're like I don't know.
Thank
There's
you.
like like some foreign serial killer. Like I've heard of like the like sex workers in these countries where it's legal, where
Yeah.
they will like take a person, take their money, and then just off them because they're paying for them. They probably don't have anywhere else to connect, and they would get away with like insane amounts before being caught because it's like these places where they just don't care.
What didn't...
They just-
Yeah, didn't Cardi B... Like, she didn't
She-
kill people, but she
no,
she
no.
openly
She
admitted to
grabbed- she
drugging and
grabbed,
robbing
yeah.
people. Like, she never killed anyone, but she openly admitted to drugging and robbing a bunch of people. Either when she was as a stripper, like a prostitute or something,
That's
and just got
that's-
no shit for it.
It's well, she got no shit for it because she's the female. I would say that's probably like a girl or
Yeah,
woman.
honestly.
All because if you put any guy in that and switched it around, that would be in like
Yeah,
one in
which
jail.
isn't the whole guys should be able to do it too. It's more
No,
everyone
no.
should be fucking treated like equally. Like
Well,
Yeah,
that is
stupid.
fucked.
That's the thing. Why would anyone
Exactly.
take out of
Treat
that
everyone equal.
conversation? Yeah. Why
A
would
lot of
anyone take
people
out of that
do.
conversation? Oh, then guys should be able to. What? Why?
Yeah,
No,
it's a
nobody.
lot of
Why
that
not
whole
nobody?
like it's that 4chan incel bullshit.
Why don't people? Why you can pick nobody sometimes? Or no one
Yeah.
should do this.
Yeah.
Like whenever people talk about double standards, like what about nobody? Why
Yeah,
doesn't no one do it?
Yeah.
yeah, which is the right theory. Like you should both.
Like even stuff like I don't know if you guys ever heard like standards when it comes to relationships with girls and guys. And like,
Oh yeah, no,
some
it's
people-
yeah, women just can't be
I,
abusive or
like,
whatever.
like I just think or like yeah, like women can't be the abusers is a big thing too. Like, women-
Except a
Women
lot of
can
the
be
time
the
they
abuser.
are.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are. It just
and
gets
so
excused.
the
But
double
then-
standard
and
it's
then-
dumb because it should be nobody. You should just
Yeah.
treat
Exactly.
your partner,
yeah.
whoever they are.
But
like,
then boys, boys, give the mother the kids.
Oh yeah, always yeah.
That's
Reward to the mom, even if it's 100% not deserved.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
no,
mom
I
has
feel
talked
like-
about that. Like, she'll have a patient, a kid, and the parents get divorced. It goes to the mom, even though she'll like testify to the court. The dad is the best parent, and the mom is a freaking loser. Don't give them
Yeah.
the mom.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're the mom, it has motherly instincts or whatever the case
Except
may
some
be.
people just don't have those.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, like-
flawed. It's like it's all flawed because there shouldn't. It's out of date. There shouldn't be, like, gender for the most part just really should not be a factor. Because if the best parent is the best parent,
Yeah. Some of the shit I've heard, honestly, CPS is just like completely useless. Like without a
Yeah.
doubt, just 100% garbage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, from politics to sexism to serial killers. What do you want to talk about?
Welcome to
Oh,
Dumpster Fire!
oh, it actually
Welcome
does.
to Dumpster Fire!
Anyone else playing video games right now?
I'm playing Minecraft.
Nice,
Based.
I freaking love it.